Before we begin today's video, Nicole was supposed to do this one, but unfortunately she's got a very bad cold, so send her some good thoughts and let's hope she gets better soon and gets back to narrating ASAP. We're all praying for you. Now let's get to the video. Days Gone reviews. What's going on out here? Why are there so many negative reviews? 5 out of 10 from GameSpot? What? 6.5 out of 10 from IGN? I mean, who cares about them IGN anyway? But the point is, what the fruck is going on with Days Gone? Just read the headlines of the articles that are covering this game. For example, Days Gone is interesting but impossible to take seriously. What? Sucker! This headline makes me take you and your article seriously. What? Another one, Days Gone is a lavishly produced, painfully generic PS4 zombie game. What? Bro, this headline is more lavishly produced and more painful to even read, let alone take it seriously. Oh boy, but we aren't done here. Another one, Days Gone review, a shallow copy of many better open world games. What? Sucker, your headline looks like a shallow copy of every other cringe article out there. What are you talking about? And there are so many more out there. But the question here is, what is the problem at hand? Why are we getting this? Why are we getting this cringe? Why are there so many negative reviews? Well, for the start, let's actually look at the game itself. What is this game all about? Maybe reviewers who reviewed this game and gave this enormous review might have found something that we missed. Let's see what this game is about. Days Gone is an action-adventure survival horror video game developed by SIE Bend Studios and published by none other than Sony Interactive Entertainment for PlayStation 4 on April 26, 2019. But Metacritics are reporting that the game is glitchy, but they like the story. What kind of critic is that? What kind of critic is like, I like the story, but it's not that? What are you talking about? Make up your mind. Days Gone was, before its release, considered as quote-unquote a threat to another upcoming survival zombie game, The Last of Us 2, which is also rumored to release later this year. However, after seeing all these reviews, I know what y'all are thinking. Hey Smack, The Last of Us 2 is good to go, right? Because the threat is gone. Well, my friend, you're wrong. Because Last of Us 2 was always good to go. What is you talking about? These reviews, these cringe headlines and articles, they don't change the fact regarding both games, whether it be The Last of Us or Days Gone. But going back to Days Gone, we experienced the game ourselves. First of all, I don't read reviews. I just play the game myself, or I hear a critic from a fellow gamer, because I know we have a lot of biasedness in the video game journalism culture. So I did the same thing. I experienced the game myself to see what's going on. I looked at the gameplay, story, and surprisingly, it exceeded my expectations. Sure, it is not as big as the game like Last of Us, but the way the game is designed and built is quite unique, and it makes this game stand out even more in this genre. Specifically the bike, the main part of this game is what makes it stand out. One of the reasons why this game is quite good. It has a satisfying gameplay experience thanks to this bike. When combined with stealth missions, surviving, and action-packed gameplay and story, it is something else. It is a really good game. I would definitely recommend you this game. I would definitely going to recommend you to play it out, see it for yourself. It is incredibly polished, neat, and clean. Its environment looks so clean, and it takes you within the nature of the world itself that is created within the world of the Days Gone. For a second, you would forget that this is an apocalyptic world because of how polished the game looks. And at the same time, the timing and pacing of this game is unpredictable. Anything can happen at any time. It is good. Overall, it's a solid 8 out of 10 in our book. I would highly recommend you guys to play it. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Reviews. If you look at most of these cringe articles and reviewers, they're criticizing this game hard, and I mean hard, which is fine for the most part because I would recommend every other person to constructively criticize the product so we can improve over time. But if you combine all of these reviews, the main pick they're taking out of all this for the most part is quote unquote, this game is good but boring, or this game is interesting but dull, as in we can't take it seriously. Sucker, just like your headlines and articles, we can't take it seriously because guess what? They're boring and dull, Bill. But you read the headlines and you would go crazy. But it doesn't stop there, because once you start reading the article, they're either complimenting the game itself for being different at the start, and then they're gonna start criticizing for having forgettable story. Like what? A couple of minutes ago, I reported that the Metacritics are reporting that The like the story, but it's glitchy. And now they're saying that the gameplay is satisfying, it's polished, but they don't like the story because it's forgettable. What? Make up your mind, I'm going crazy out here. Most of these are claiming that it has a generic apocalyptic story that you would get on every other game. What? Insert what meme here. What games are you talking about? There's this Last of Us, sure, but even then you can't compare these two. These two are so different in nature and gameplay. What game are you comparing this? What are you talking about? It is stuff like this that really makes it clear that game journalists nowadays have nothing but one specific bottom line, and that is to get as many people as we can to talk about us, whether it be positive or negative. IGN is one of the good examples, but then again, who cares about them IGNs, you feel me? It is sad that game journalists are so out of touch with the actual gaming community. At the end of the day, it is us, the players, gamers, our communities, who decides what to buy, which one we enjoyed, which should be at #1 of the chart, and so forth. Game journalists have only one job, and even with that job, they have lost the touch with the gaming community a long time ago. And the sad part is just going to increase over time. That's why we prefer to hear a critic from a real gamer rather than a journalist, because we know the biasedness is gonna be there. And sure, you can throw the argument of, hey, video game journalism is a business. Any publicity is a good publicity in any business. Well, if you want to go that route, don't put us gamers and gaming community and these journalists who have only one agenda, and that is to get as many clicks as possible. Don't put us in the same line, because it is a shame and disgrace for us to be called among these groups, these arsehearts. I don't know what I said there, but no hate to the people though, just hating their ideas, agendas, and their ways. Don't put us in the same category and don't represent us in the mainstream media. Sadly, they do. So with that, the conclusion for today is Days Gone is a very well-made game. We didn't expect anything bigger from this game to begin with. So everything that we're experiencing in this game is just a bonus addition to Level Up. But that is just me ranting and talking about this stuff. I want to pass the question off to you, the one you're watching right now. Do you think that the game journalists media, the game journalism, modern game journalism, and gaming communities itself are now getting so far away that it almost feel like they're from different world? What is the limit of criticism? Also, have you played Days Gone yet? Did you like it? What are your thoughts and review for this game? Let's start our own review down in them comments. With that, it'll conclude for today's video. I know it was mostly me ranting about this stuff, but it was worth it. Trust me. And I apologize if it was harsh or cringe for some people. And don't worry, we have so many other videos in planned. Video games, Mortal Kombat 11 game. We're gonna talk about that very soon. So make sure to stay tuned. And while you're here, you made it here, first of all, subscribe. Make sure to watch these videos that are on your screen right now. And make sure to subscribe and help us get to 15,000 subscribers. We're less than 2,000 away from that goal. And become an official member of the SmackNPie. I'm your host, SmackNPie. And until next time, take care of yourself and your family, stay humble and be grateful, and peace.